want to steal any more of your shine, but the first ever 5-person Lucha Chaos Scramble starts.
Thank God we're not paying them by the hour. Introducing the first competitor in a 5-win Lucha Scramble. He weighs in tonight at 193 pounds and hails from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. His name called And introducing the second competitor, he hails from Planet Detroit and making his interstellar return to Toronto. Here is Mysterious Mono. And their opponent, he weighs in tonight at 206 pounds and is known as the Virtuous Vegan. Here is Aspen And their opponent, he hails from cyberspace and is the flyest wrestler of the new millennium. Here is Freeze. And the last competitor, she hails from the local skate park. Here is the wild child, Jody
All right, here we go. Our Lucha Chaos match, Lionel Knights. Trying to team up with Jody Threat here, and looks like she's completely on board. Who is not on board, unfortunately, is Joel Gertner. He made this match. He was supposed to join me on commentary, and he's completely taken off. But speaking of taking off, the career of Jody Threat is certainly taken off. Glad to see this. Oh, no, here we go. I am joined by the new director of Demand, Mr. Joel Gertner.
You can call me Mr. Joel Gertner.
Not Mr. Stud Muffin or just Mr.
No,
Muffin?
just Mr. Joel Gertner. I know you did it that way the first time. You can just do it again.
All right, well, Mr. Joel Gertner putting together our first ever Lucha Scramble match here. Lionel Knight working away on Razorhawk, former Chikara Young Lions Cup winner. Movado here on the outside working away. You know, I find this, did your secretary, that sexy broad I see around here, she put this together for you, didn't she? She's really smart. I know she knows the workers around here. Are you actually familiar with any of these guys?
I am. I've scouted them, obviously, in my position as director of Demand. And yeah, even before that, I mean, some of these people, you'd have to be nuts for them not to be on your radar yet because they've been in the business a few years already and just pounding the pavement, really traveling the territories, making all the towns up and down that road. And yeah, man, they're great.
So I'm looking forward to it. Lionel Knight here in the corner, just working away on Razorhawk.
None of the 5 of them would be in the ring right now in this match if they didn't deserve it, the opening match here tonight.
Well, Jody Threat recently getting out of her training facility and starting to get booked all over the upper states in Ontario, and she is one hell of a powerhouse of a woman, believe me.
And courageous to take this fight.
Well, she's the only girl in there for sure, but this is Lucha Libre. Intergender is what we do, pretty regular. Wow, Razorhawk shoving her face first into the second turnbuckle. Nothing pretty about that.
You know, wrestling historians will tell you that perhaps more so than All Japan Pro Wrestling itself, that Lucha Libre mirrors more so All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling in its overall style. And that was the best wrestling in the world in the 90s, if you'll remember. So Jody has as much, if not more, of a chance than anybody in that ring right now.
I got to agree. I'm actually a huge fan of old school 90s and early late 80s Japanese wrestling. Really glad to see they're starting to get a lot of English commentary on that stuff so international fans can finally dig their teeth into it. But, whoa. Now, I do not know this young man with the bare feet, but I do know the mysterious Movado. This guy, a dancing king. Wow. Big Kane style chops in the corner. The Movado Worm, here we go, baby.
Yeah, he's named after a Swiss effing watch, but he's not wrapped too tight.
No, and he's not exactly on point. This guy a little bit sloppy, but certainly a fun time. Whoa! The man from Detroit City, deepest, darkest Detroit, the mysterious Movado, turning around into a face full of Jody Threat. Whoa, look at the power of Movado. Chalk block from Lionel Knight.
Detroit City, and we know Detroit don't play. That is not to be trusted. You know Detroit. Have you heard the stories?
I've been to Detroit, and most of the time it's pretty barren where I'm at.
Well, there are parts of Detroit, you'll go into a building, a residence, and you'll walk through a metal detector. They'll check to see, and if you don't have a gun, they'll give you one.
Oh, I see. It's like it's part of their dress code. It's like going into a nice restaurant without a tie. You're like, what, you didn't bring a gat? Here you go, buddy. Here's my 9 milli. You'll blend right in. No, I've actually been downtown Detroit, entire skyscrapers empty. One of the creepiest things I've ever seen. Speaking of creepy, Jody Threat on top of Movado here. He is one creepy weirdo if you've ever had a conversation with him. Wow. Lionel Knight digging in on Movado here. Seems to be the guy pretty much in control of this match, kind of leading his little mini team of Jody Threat and him. There can only be one winner here in the Chaos match, so this little team up is not going to last too long, believe me. Far side there on our barefoot warrior. Got to figure out what this guy's name is. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, in matches like this, the middle game and the end game never do match. At the end of the day, there's just going to be one person left.
One guy. Well, Jody Threat. Whoa! Lionel Knight and Jody Threat been working together all match here. And finally, Movado. Oh, see? Breaking it up, not going to let Movado get the win. And once again, trying to get Threat on her feet. I don't see how this could last the entire match. Outside of the ring, Razorhawk taking a bit of a beating. Well, looking for a kiss. He's certainly the most successful guy in this ring. Whoa, and a face full of Lionel Knight for you. The only guy in there right now who's held gold here at Demand Lucha. Oh, and here we go. And this guy, your secretary, has just come and told me his name is Ashton Waganda. And whoa, F5 from Jody Threat. Impressive stuff. This guy was a last-minute replacement for someone who couldn't make it, so that's why we have no information here. Wow, it's like his own little version of some Kojima action there. Threat, oh boy! Movado out of the way, and Jody Threat spearing Lionel Knight.
I couldn't imagine being a vegan. I mean, aren't female genitals made of flesh?
You know, I wonder if we're going to be able to get any kind of serious commentary out of you, or at least clean commentary. You know, we've got an all-ages show next month. I hope you're prepared for that. Once again. Wow, wow, big spinning heel kick. Here we go, Lucha Libre, some high-flying action. Maybe our first high-flying move of the night. Ah, big moonsault, landed square on Movado. Razorhawk pushing him out of the way.
That was a beautiful moonsault, by the way.
Absolutely.
The gluten
gorgeous
eliminator,
moonsault.
I think he calls it.
The gluten eliminator? All right, I can go with that. Let's go. Oh, is he a vegan? See, I'm not even on point here. I got no idea. So that was a gluten-free moonsault. I understand now. Ah, big sit-down powerbomb. And Lionel Knight again breaking up the pin for Jody Threat. And now he's outside the ring. Wow, Razorhawk. Classic Swanton bomb. And it's over here. Well, and I'll tell you, Mr. Muffin, if this is the kind of action we're going to see with you around, I'm pretty glad we put pen to paper and brought you in here to Demand.
Yes, sir. Don't you fret. You better believe you could bet that what you're about to see tonight, it doesn't get any better. And what you don't see out front of the curtain from me is even better yet.
Oh, man. I think I made a big mistake here. You want to stick around and do another match with me?
Not really, but I'm with you, not really. But for Demand Lucha, and since I'm getting paid, of course.
All right, let's see if I can stomach you for one more contest.